Hey there, Eli Jones here, and I wanted to share something with you because last week I was with my team in Charlotte, North Carolina. We were teaching a workshop for real estate photographers, and it reminded me of all like these new mistakes that real estate photographers make when they're just getting started, or on the more positive side, tips that if they would have made them be more successful more quickly. And so I figured I would share those tips with you. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Over this week, over the next couple of days, I'm going to send you different videos highlighting the biggest 5 tips that I think new real estate photographers should make if you want to be the most successful, the most quickly, spending the least amount of money, which I think are 3 really positive things. And so the first tip and the first big mistake that I see is new real estate photographers, well, really new any type of photographers, but new photographers spend way too much money on gear. You know, in the photography industry, everybody kind of stokes each other up to the point where they all buy the newest and the most expensive gear constantly. And that's not what you need in order to be successful. You know, when you're first starting, what you need is paying clients. You don't need the most expensive gear. You need gear that's going to let you get clients quickly at the cheapest price possible. What happens a lot of times that's really sad is someone wants to get into photography. So maybe you want to be a real estate photographer and you start looking up what gear you need. You watch a couple of YouTube videos and they tell you need like, you know, an A7 III or a Canon R5 or something expensive. And you say, okay, great. I'll get a Canon R5, but that's a $2,500 camera or whatever it is, right? And that's going to take me 6 months to save up for. And so, you know, you try to save up for 6 months and other things come up and you buy other things and you really never get there. And so because someone told you you need this really expensive camera to start, you were never able to start. But let's say you have the money. It's still a mistake to spend it because if you had $3,000 saved up, there's a lot of other things you could have bought besides camera gear. So there's still no need to spend all that money. And a funny thing happens in the photo industry is like all of these photographers tell everyone to buy expensive gear, but they also turn around and say, it's not the gear, it's the photographer. So like, which is it? You know, you have to pick one. And so for us, I believe that it is truly not the gear, it's the photographer. And so I can't tell you to go out and spend expensive gear. And the thing that I'm really proud of is the gear we use at my photo business, Norman and Young, is the budget gear. We do hundreds of shoots a month. We make tens of thousands of dollars a month in revenue. We have like 15 employees at this time, either 15 or 16 right now. And so we've been successful in our industry and we've been able to do that with a really cheap setup, which I think is awesome. And it hopefully is encouraging to you as someone who wants to shoot real estate that you can do this without spending a ton of money. So I'm going to jump over to my screen here and I want to show you that exact gear kit we use. You can see it here on the screen. The camera we recommend is the Canon M50, which you can get this used for like $500. New, it's like $700. But either way, very affordable compared to a lot of cameras that will be recommended to you. And the great thing is it is a mirrorless camera, which means it has good low light ability, which means it's a good real estate camera. We pair the M50 with the Canon 11 to 22 millimeter lens, which is a great wide angle lens, exactly what you need to get awesome real estate photos. And then the last thing you're going to need, literally you only need 3 things to first get started, right, is a tripod. And this tripod I really like. It's made by Manfrotto, a good quality brand, but it's only $64 and it includes the tripod legs and a ball head. So you can get nice real estate composition. So you can see that for well under $1,000, especially if you buy used, which I highly recommend, you can get a great starting real estate setup. Now I say starting because eventually if you want to continue to grow your income, you're going to need to buy a drone and a 360 camera, so maybe another $2,000 worth of stuff. But what I always tell people who join my course and start shooting real estate is let your clients pay for that. Don't try to pay for that out of pocket. Get this cheap setup for under $1,000. Get some paying clients. Most of them just want photos anyway, standard photos. Shoot some standard shoots, get paid, get that money coming in, and then use that money that your clients are paying you to upgrade your gear and buy a drone or buy a 360 camera. And then that's going to continue the cycle because you're going to be able to make more in the future. So don't finance that yourself. Don't put it on a credit card. Don't buy it out of pocket. Get some clients and then let them effectively buy it for you. I think that's a much better way to do this. And that's what our most successful students do who didn't have a lot of money going into this. You know, they start with whatever they had. And if you already have a camera, you don't even need to buy the M50. Use whatever camera you have because again, it's not the camera, it's not the gear, it's how you use it. Speaking of how you use it, tomorrow, that's what the tip is going to be about. It's about how to use any equipment you have, any relatively modern camera you have to get great real estate photos that your clients will love without any on-camera lighting, off-camera lighting. We're only using ambient lighting, the lighting that's coming through the windows and I'll show you how to get awesome results that your clients will pay for. So stay tuned for tomorrow's email or tomorrow's Facebook post. If you're seeing this there, it is going to be packed with value. And if you want to check that kit again to see exactly what we recommend you get, go to kit.co/it's Eli Jones. That'll be linked above on Facebook or below if you're seeing this in an email. But stay tuned for tomorrow's post where I'm going to share with you how to use these cheap setups or whatever setup you have to get awesome real estate photos that your clients will love and that your clients will refer you to other agents because they'll love them so much. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you tomorrow.